So I got to know Dr. Lash through working on one of the other editions of Faiya Taiga, illustrating one of the other editions of Faiya Taiga. But who's better to talk about Jaguars than the director of the Belize himself, right? And so I'd like to invite Dr. Celso Poot to do the introduction of the author.
Thank you. I never knew I was going to talk about Taiga and anything about Miss Gail. But I could talk about Taiga. Good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure to welcome you all to this special occasion as we celebrate the launch of how Taiga became Faiya Taiga. A story that is both imaginative and deeply relevant to the challenges we face today. Literally, the last day of rain kind of cooled things down for us. Otherwise, we could have been dealing with fires right now. We actually had a fire along the George Price Highway Monday morning, and it caused a lot of problems, visibility to traffic early in the morning. So fire is very, very relevant right now. I'm honored to introduce my friend and colleague, Dr. Gail Lash. Dr. Gail is a scholar, a conservation thinker, a biologist, a metaphysician, a peace builder who has dedicated her career to connecting people to nature, to diverse culture, and to a deeper understanding of how the choices we make shape our shared environment. Her work spans an extraordinary range of fields, including ecology, forestry, public policy, animal behavior, zoo design, and dear to her heart, peace education. Gail holds a bachelor's degree in zoology from Duke University, a master's degree in technology and science policy from Georgia Institute of Technology, and a PhD in economics and policy of forest resources from the University of Georgia. This, of course, is an academic foundation that reflects both scientific rigor and a strong policy perspective. Beyond academia, Dr. Lash brings decades of practical experience. She has worked as a professional biologist with wildlife, both in captivity and in the wild, and spent over 30 years contributing to zoo designs with a focus on animal well-being. She's also served as a consultant in community-based ecotourism in various countries, including her two homes, Belize and the US. What gives Dr. Lash the experience, the right to come and talk to Belize about Faiya Taiga? You know, I could reflect very much on my former boss, the late Sharon Matola, who has left a legacy for wildlife conservation in Belize, who has left Belize a national treasure, the Belize Zoo and Tropical Education Center. And we always wonder where these white people come from, right? And so I want to lay the foundation to let you know that Dr. Lash is not a Jane come lately. Dr. Lash has some deep roots here in Belize. She first visited back in 1991, accompanying a friend who was doing work here in Belize. And then she returned in 1992 to conduct her own master's research thesis at the Community Baboon Sanctuary, looking at ecotourism opportunities in the local communities along with the Belize Audubon Society. She continued to return to Belize over the years in different capacities, including for her own doctoral research. So, deep roots here in Belize. I first had the opportunity to meet Dr. Lash a few years ago through our shared connection to the zoo world and a mutual friend and colleague, Dr. Katayun Khalil. Since then, we've had the opportunity to collaborate and even presented at the annual conference of Zoo and Aquarium, sharing the importance of incorporating culture into our storytelling at zoos. Today, Dr. Lash resides in the Kaya district with her husband Nevin. Their plan of making Belize their forever home, as we say in the zoo world, started back, I don't know when, but the first step was in 2013 when they purchased a property. And the move to make Belize their forever home was completed just before the pandemic shut Belize down in March 2020. So they couldn't go back. Now calling Belize her home, Dr. Lash continues her work to protect the natural environment, deepening her connection to the landscapes and communities that have inspired her for decades. To date, Dr. Lash has brought to life several stories through the voice of Faiya Taiga. I even try to speak Fire Tiger. Using this character to explore important themes of fire safety and environmental awareness, and most importantly, human health. Dr. Lash brings to her writing a unique ability to translate complex environmental issues into stories that are accessible, meaningful, and impactful. She also believes in local consultation. Faiya Taiga was not developed solely by Dr. Lash. It includes consultation and collaboration, as attested by her longtime friend and president of the Community Baboon Sanctuary Women's Conservation Group, Ms. Jessie Young. Dr. Lash always include the local people. This, of course, is reflected beautifully on how Taiga became Faiya Taiga. Through the story of a young jaguar navigating the impacts of fire, she brings life complex themes, including wildlife, resilience, transformation, and most importantly, responsibility, in a way that is both engaging and deeply relevant to the challenges we face today. Her work challenges us to think differently, to see conservation not just as a technical endeavor, but as a pathway towards coexistence, awareness, and ultimately, peace. Ladies and gentlemen, students, please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Gail Lash.